Now, like,
A very good morning to all of you who have come for this online orientation session for admissions to various programs offered by Shastra for the academic year 2025-26. Before I get into the details of the orientation session, I will first give you quick housekeeping updates. There is a chat box that you will notice in your YouTube. So whatever questions that you have during the course of this orientation, please type them and make it very brief. Some of my volunteers will ensure that relevant questions are shared with me, and I will try to answer as many questions as possible. Secondly, please stay away from posting questions like, this is my mark, this is my JE, what is the cutoff? I'll tell you why it's very difficult to respond to those type of questions when I actually go through the orientation session. And lastly, this orientation session is predominantly for the engineering and the law programs, the undergraduate engineering and law programs at the Thanjavur campus. And of course, I will be sharing a few admission details on the other programs as well that are offered at the Thanjavur, Kumbakonam, and the Chennai campus of Shastra. So with this very brief background, I'm extremely happy to welcome all of you for this orientation session. And I'm sure there are many students, parents, and other Shastra stakeholders who are watching this orientation session. And I'm extremely happy to welcome all of you. And I will try my best to cover as much as possible in the next 60 to 75 minutes of this orientation session. Now, before I get into the nuances of the entire admission process, I would like to very briefly share a welcome video which gives you a quick overview of Shastra in the next 8 to 9 minutes. That way it will present the campus as part of this online session for those who are not able to travel all the way to Shastra campus. So may I request the tech administrator to kindly share the welcome video on Shastra, please. Santosh.
Come to master technologies that drive engineering. Come to experience programs that equip you with the skills that matter in the real world. Come to a place where diverse perspectives drive imagination through groundbreaking research. Come to be at the forefront of discovery that shapes the future of science and technology. Come to learn, create, and innovate. Code the future that you dream. Come to push the boundaries and be your own boss. Come to a place that shapes you, trains you, and brings out the best in you. Come to Shastra to experience class and to be a leader.
Started in the year 1984 in a sleepy rural village of Thanjavur, Shastra today in 2024 is testimony to what transformation can bring to change the life and livelihoods of many learners and the immediate society. The various milestones that the institution has achieved, beginning from the recognition from the Tamil Nadu state government the approval from the All India Council for Technical Education, the accreditation from NBA, the first institution of this type to get accredited, then becoming an autonomous institution, then becoming a deemed university in 2001, establishing various research programs, research centers, new programs transcending engineering to also include management, law, sciences, humanities, education. Shastra is truly a composite and comprehensive university that has added significant value to various learners from different parts of the country. The contribution of Shastra in the teaching, learning and research ecosystem has been phenomenal in the last 40 years, making it an institution that one should be proudly associated with.
Established in 1984, Shastra has consistently pushed the boundaries of education. Shastra is a beacon of excellence with deep traditions focused on creating a brighter future. A premier institution of the country, renowned for quality education, research, innovation, and empowering the next generation.
Connecting with Shastra is connecting with success. Welcome to Shastra and stay connected with us.
SASTRA exceeds your expectations in every step of the way. From high-tech equipments to world-class faculty, be a part of unparalleled learning experience. With a focus on holistic development and transformative educational environment, SASTRA makes sure that you come out as an achiever.
State-of-the-art infrastructure and modern facilities create an excellent learning environment. Well-equipped labs and research facilities at SASTRA are essential for academic success.
Whether you're developing software, designing cutting-edge hardware, or exploring AI, you will gain the skills to lead in today's tech-driven world.
There is a need to build capacity in emerging technologies, artificial intelligence, bio-nanomaterials, cyber-physical systems, digital manufacturing, electronics manufacturing, energy and environment, making this A, B, C, D, E demand more visible, and our efforts to build capacity in these emerging technologies will always be unabated.
SASTRA's focus on research and development has given me the opportunity to contribute to groundbreaking life projects and be at the forefront of technological advancements.
The Shastra Hub for Research and Innovation is a magnificent edifice constructed over 4.5 lakh square feet, housing various research labs of multidisciplinary nature, technology business incubators, and various central instrumentation facilities. The quality of work that happens here is truly world-class.
Here, we turn ideas into impactful solutions. The support and resources available in SASTRA are incredible.
To scale entrepreneurship and to also get a feeling of being one's own boss, the 3 incubation centers at Shastra is a fertile ground where new ideas are tested to build successful prototypes and move further to build large enterprises.
Shastra University's engineering programs are designed to foster innovation, critical thinking, and hands-on learning, with a strong emphasis on interdisciplinary education, cutting-edge research, and industry collaboration. These programs prepare students to tackle real-world challenges. The law school at Shastra stands tall among the country's premier law schools, offering a rigorous and interdisciplinary professional education. Designed with a comprehensive curriculum, the law programs prioritizes public service with a commitment to diversity within the legal profession. The School of Management at Shastra nurtures business leaders for a better world through the highest of values. The management program is designed to provide collaborative, creative, and entrepreneurial education to future business leaders.
More than a university, SASTRA is your launchpad for a successful career. Strong industry connections and a dedicated placement team will help you land the job of your dreams.
The impressive placement record at Shastra is because of Shastra's merit-based admission policy. True to its tagline, think merit, think transparency, think Shastra. Shastra students will always have a competitive edge over the rest when it comes to campus placements. Student life at Shastra doesn't stop with academics. It goes beyond that. Life at hostel, the cultural activities, sports, the festive buzz in the campus, all this makes Shastra students' life very special. Shastra's leadership in education to achieve progressive sustainability, Shastra Leaps, is the guiding model of Shastra through its integrated approach towards teaching, training, research, and consultancy, and its constant effort to achieve excellence makes Shastra one of the progressive and premier universities in India. If 40 years of Shastra is a reason to celebrate, the next 10 years is for the institution to celebrate as we approach to 50 years of Shastra, which will be a significant landmark in the historical annals of this institution. Yeah, thank you very much. So that was a quick overview of Shastra. Before I get into the finer details, my name is Dr. S. Vaidya and I am the Vice Chancellor of Shastra Deemed University. And I'm extremely happy to take you through the proceedings for this orientation session. I have already started receiving a lot of questions. As I had said in the opening remarks, I will try to cover as much as possible for the engineering program, which includes both the BTech and the MTech law programs, as well as other programs in all the three campuses. So let me first begin by acknowledging the fact that this year is a kind of an academic kumbh for Shastra as we celebrate the converging timelines of 40 years as an institution since we started in 1984. We completed the 40th academic year, and we stepped into the 25th year as a university since we were conferred the deemed university status in 2001. So this converging timeline of 40 years and 25 years is a historic milestone in the annals of Shastra. With this as the backdrop, let me first begin by clarifying a lot of doubts that students and parents will have on the admissions process. Beginning with the flagship program, which is the BTech programs and the 5-year integrated MTech programs. By now, many of you would have realized that there are different BTech engineering programs from different streams of engineering: the School of Computing, the School of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, the School of Mechanical Engineering, the School of Chemical and Biotechnology, the School of Civil Engineering. All these 5 engineering schools offer over 15 undergraduate BTech programs, besides 2 integrated MTech 5-year integrated programs. Now, while the conventional BTech gives you a BTech in computer science engineering or a BTech in mechanical engineering, there is also an opening for students to also graduate with a minor specialization, which gives them an additional flexibility to gain additional credits, and thereby they enhance their learning outcomes and career options as they graduate. For example, if a student has taken BTech in computer science engineering, then there is a possibility that the student can also get a minor specialization, let's say in projects and supply chain management, or in nuclear technologies, or in public policy. So this gives an additional skill set for the students. And likewise, a student who takes BTech in civil engineering or mechanical engineering can do a minor specialization in artificial intelligence and machine learning, or in cybersecurity and IoT. So this gives the students an opportunity to gain a minor specialization by way of additional credits, thereby enhancing their career options as they graduate. The entire BTech program, the 4-year program, is a 180 credit program spread over 8 semesters. And the minor specialization is an additional set of 5 to 6 courses, giving them 18 credits, which begins from the 3rd semester. So at the end of the 4th year, a normal BTech engineering student would have gotten 180 credits and graduates with a BTech degree, while those who wanted a minor specialization will get 198 credits and graduate with a BTech with a minor specialization. Now, embedded in this 8-semester course are many opportunities for students to explore different ways of gaining a multidisciplinary experience in engineering education. Every student has the option to do mini projects and thereby earn credits instead of regular taught courses. They can also complete the total courses in 7 semesters as against 8 semesters by the accelerated course registration system. Thereby, they have the entire 8th semester for long-term internships and projects, which also to complete certain research internships in some partner universities and research organizations in both India and abroad. This gives them the flexibility to plan their entire 8th semester in a manner that suits their pace of learning the engineering program. Besides this, there is plenty of opportunities for students to get placed in some of the reputed organizations. And for those who want to pursue higher studies, there is always this option of pursuing higher studies in premier institutions in India and abroad by appearing for various competitive examinations like GATE, GRE, GMAT, and so forth. And for those who want to pursue a career in civil services, there is also an option where we prepare students to take up competitive examinations for civil services. So the entire student experience in the BTech engineering program is so uniquely packed that it gives them a comprehensive teaching learning experience within the campus. And this is not only true for the undergraduate BTech programs, this is true for all the degree programs at all levels, whether it's the undergraduate program or the postgraduate program. Such an immersive learning experience makes the entire stay at Shastra very special for students of engineering, law, management, education, sciences, and all the degree programs that we offer. Now, I would like to focus more on the admission process. Now, the admission process, let me begin with the engineering admission process. By now, you would have realized that admissions to the various BTech and 5-year integrated MTech programs in engineering of Shastra is based on the JEE main scores and the aggregate scores in class 12. As a result of which, we have actually divided the entire pool of seats into two streams. For example, if we have 100 seats, 50 seats for stream 1 and 50 for stream 2. Stream 1, the admissions will be based on the scores secured by an applicant in JEE main as well as the aggregate scores in class 12, both taken with an equal weightage of 50%. While stream 2 will be exclusively based on class 12 marks alone. So when a student applies to Shastra, by default, the student gets a stream 1 rank and a stream 2 rank. So there is no need to submit two different applications for two different streams. Any student with a class 12 aggregate score and a JEE main score will secure a stream 1 rank, which is based on 50% weighted average of both the scores, and stream 2 rank, which will be based only on the class 12 aggregate scores, which are normalized. So when a student gets the rank list when it is released on June 14th, that's the last day of submitting the application forms, we release the rank list. So a student will get 4 different ranks. First, the All India rank, if it is for a student who studied in school boards outside the state of Tamil Nadu. So in this case, the student will get only 1 rank. Then a student may also get a Tamil Nadu rank, which is for students who graduated from schools situated within the state of Tamil Nadu and Puducherry. And the student will get either the 3rd or the 4th rank that I mentioned before, which is a Trichy rank or a Tanjavur rank, if the student has graduated from schools in Trichy or Tanjavur. Graduated from schools in this region means that a student should have finished class 10 and class 12 from schools situated in Trichy district or Tanjavur district or the state of Tamil Nadu, as the case may be. This is to ensure that our admission is inclusive in its true sense, because we reserve 10% of seats. These are allocated for students from Tanjavur region, and an additional 10% allocated for students from Trichy region, which means students who completed schools class 10 in schools situated in Tanjavur or Trichy, class 10 and 12, will be part of this Trichy stream or Tanjavur stream. For those students who complete schooling outside these two districts, you will be part of the Tamil Nadu stream. And for those likewise completing schooling outside the state of Tamil Nadu, will be in the All India rank stream. So the seats are then based on the rank that you have secured, are allotted by way of an online counseling process, which will begin once the rank list is released on June 14th. So during the counseling process, you will be asked to submit your different choices for the different branches that you have as options. Remember, you will be getting a rank list only if you submit the application form on time, because many students and parents think that just by buying an application form, it is as good as submitting. You might have purchased an application form online, but what is important is that you have to submit the application forms well before the deadline. And it is always better to enter both your class 12 marks and JEE main scores. Please don't forget to enter your JEE main score, however low it is. Please enter it, because you never know. It will definitely give some additional value when the ranks get very close during the counseling process. There is also the feeling that you have to apply to different streams. As I said before, any student, since he gets a stream 1 rank and a stream 2 rank by default, will be considered by default for both the streams during the counseling process. So once the online counseling begins, based on the branch choices that you have given, you will be allocated different branches based on the choices that you have given. And once you get admitted to a particular program, you will be given time to pay your tuition fees, which again will be only online. Now, there is a possibility that you will be admitted into both streams also, because based on your ranks, you might have gotten admissions in both streams. It is then your choice to choose which branch you want to get admitted. But once you get admitted in a particular branch, in a particular stream, you have to necessarily pay the tuition fees, and only then in the subsequent round of counseling, you will be considered for a sliding option, wherein a student who gets admitted to a program which is not their first choice can maybe get admitted to their first choice program in the second round or third round. But to be eligible for that sliding, you have to get admitted into whatever program that you have been allotted to at that counseling round, so that in the subsequent rounds, you are eligible for the sliding option. And the same process will happen for the law programs, except that we will not be having stream 1 or stream 2. For law, it is just stream 1, and the admissions will be based on aggregate +2 marks and the CLAT 2025 scores, which are again taken on a weighted average of 50% each. And the rank list for the law will be released on June 7th, and the admission process, as explained before, will happen in a very transparent manner online. So there is no need to visit the campus, unless you're always welcome to visit the campus to have a look at the facilities. But for the purpose of admissions, there is no need to visit the campus, because the entire admission process will be transparently done online. Please don't fall trap to people who claim proximity to the admission office or the leadership at Shastra and will assure you of an admission. Here, admissions will be very transparently done without collecting even a single rupee as capitation fee or donation. Talking about fees, the fees is uniform for all engineering programs, and there is no categorization of fees based on your ranks. So whatever fee is published in the application form is the fee that you will have to pay. So no student with an inferior rank can get admission to a superior program because he or she pays a higher fee. The fee is uniform across all engineering disciplines, irrespective of the ranks that you secure. Then, once the counseling process is over, there is also this option for students during the entire admission process to withdraw from the course, because we are mindful of the fact that there are other counseling to admissions to various other institutions happening during this timeline. For example, the JEE main counseling will also happen to various CFTIs during this time period. So when we start from June 14th, it is safe to assume that our counseling to admission will also go up to maybe end of July. But at the same time, we also are mindful of the fact that applicants will also exercise other options. So there is an easy process of withdrawal, and the entire admission calendar will be perfectly aligned with the calendar as prescribed by the statutory authorities. And in the case of engineering, it is AICTE. So we will align our admission calendar based on the AICTE's calendar of admissions. And the classes for the first year, we are planning to start in the first week of August. Thereby, there is enough time for students to prepare for a smooth transition from the school to a college ecosystem. Now, having said this, there is also this concern from students on the preparation level of students before they come into the engineering program. We don't advise you to get into any crash courses or any induction program. So we have a very carefully planned induction program for all the students who join into Shastra. And only after the completion of the induction program, the real core teaching begins for all the degree programs. Now, this is about the engineering and law. There is also some questions that I've already started receiving on MTech. The MTech program admissions are happening. It's a rolling admission for MTech. We have received your MTech application forms, and those who have not submitted, please submit them. We will actually calculate the performance of all the applicants based on the undergraduate degree scores, with a preference to those that have valid GATE scores. and then invite students to get admitted to different MTech programs. And likewise, for other degree programs, the BSc Sciences, the MSc, and other programs offered BCom, BBA in Tanjavur and Kumbakonam campus, it's again based on your class 12 aggregate marks or your undergraduate aggregate performance. And admissions to these programs are on a rolling basis. So it will be based on the number of applications that we receive. And once we receive substantive applications, phase 1 begins. And likewise, for the BCom, BBA, BCA programs at the Chennai campus, the same procedure of admitting students based on their aggregate scores in class 12 will happen. Insofar as admission to the MBA programs is concerned, the admissions to the MBA program at the Shastra's campus in Tanjavur is over. We conducted an entrance test, interviews, and the admissions to the MBA program is completed. And for the MBA program in Chennai, the admissions are ongoing. Still, students can submit their application form, and we will administer an entrance test and interview before we admit students to the MBA program. The same procedure we will follow for the MCA program at Tanjavur. Those applications that we receive, students will be invited to campus, and they will be administered an entrance test followed by a very brief interview before they get admitted into the MCA program. So this explains the admission process for all the degree programs in all the campuses at Shastra. Now, I also would like to, by way of conclusion, would also give a piece of advice to students and parents. Now, the entire admission process will be happening in a very transparent way. There is no need for parents or students to approach any authority in Shastra seeking admissions because everything will be done transparently, and you will get all updates on the admission process as and when we feel that it is required to be sent to all the applicants. So the moment you submit an application form in our online portal, there is a timeline dashboard which you can frequently access using the username and password, which is very important. Please don't forget that at any stage of your admission, please log in into our portal, and then you will get an understanding of at which part of the timeline dashboard you are, and every information that you have given will reflect in the dashboard. But at the same time, please also be visiting our website regularly, and very importantly, before we release the rank list, because 1 week before we release the rank list, we also give the option for students to finally confirm whether the data that they have entered is correct, because in some cases, students apply for retotaling, revaluation, they might have better scores. So we will give them the option to also update their latest scores, or if there is any typographical error when you enter your scores, you can still change them so that the rank list is not compromised and you get the rank that you deserve. So please visit our website very frequently and check for updates. The second important advice to parents and students, please don't be getting anxious. I understand there is peer pressure, but we will follow the timeline that we have indicated in a meticulous manner. So please stick to the timeline, and please don't get anxious. If your ward has gotten good scores, your ward will also get admission into Shastra based on the scores that they have gotten. So it's only a matter of time that you have to participate in the process and make sure that you are part of the entire admission process before you secure your final admissions. So with these few remarks, I will now take a few questions from all those who are watching this session online. And I'm just going to give a 1-minute pause to this entire presentation as I look at some of the questions, and also give you time to type your questions in the live chat box. And then we will prioritize those questions, and I will answer as many questions as possible in the limited time that I have at our disposal. So this 1-minute pause is for you to feed your questions, please. Okay, so I have started receiving a lot of questions. So let me begin with the first question. There is a question from one applicant who's concerned with the fact that he has not returned the JEE main examination at all. Well, your JEE main score will give you the opportunity to enhance your admission possibilities both in stream 1 and stream 2. But nevertheless, for those who have not returned JEE main, still you will get a rank in stream 1, except that the weightage for JEE main, which is 50%, you will get a zero weightage for that, but still you will get a stream 1 rank, which may be very low. But if your class 12 marks are very high, in stream 2, you will get a better rank. Thereby, the prospects of getting an admission based on stream 2 is definitely higher. So even if students have not returned JEE main, still you have a chance to get admitted because the stream 2 admission is for applicants based exclusively on your class 12 scores. So it is not that JEE main is mandatory. It is only that it will help you to better the chances of getting an admission into Shastra, especially that stream 1 has a weightage of 50% for JEE main. The next question is, I have not taken mathematics. Okay, for students who have not taken mathematics as a subject, you are eligible to be admitted only into the degree programs of BTech in biotechnology, bioinformatics, bioengineering, and the 5-year integrated program of biotechnology and medical nanotechnology. And for such students, we will also give a special orientation session and induction program in mathematics, while for the remaining degree programs, maths and physics are compulsory, while the third subject could be chemistry or computer science or biology, whatever the case may be. But however, you will realize that the eligibility criteria for the BTech program is a 60% aggregate in your class 12 scores. So don't worry about the third subject, except that maths and physics are compulsory subjects, and you should have one third subject, which is either of the three choices that I gave. But the eligibility criteria is 60% of your aggregate scores. So the next question that I have is CBSE results are not yet out. See, now you would have realized that the reason that we are waiting till June 14th is on the assumption that CBSE results will be released by then. Almost all the states would have released their board results. And that's the reason that we wait up to June 14th, because we want the students to get the benefit of their class 12 scores, their JEE main scores, before they buy an application form and apply to Shastra. So before June 14th, we are very confident that results for all class 12 examinations by all boards across the country would have been released, and you will have sufficient time to enter your scores and submit your application form. So even if CBSE results are not declared today, might happen in the next 1 week, and still you will have a lot of time to submit your application forms. The next question is on documents. Yeah. So if in the application portal, you will realize that we will be asking for a set of documents that you will have to upload as soft copy. Now, this is very important because once you submit your application process, at the back end, we will do the verification process to ensure that you have entered your class 12 marks, and that mark entry matches the marks that are part of the documents that you have submitted. So this way, we will ensure that there is no typographical error. And that is the reason that we insist that you upload the soft copy of your class 10 and class 12. The soft copy of class 10 and class 12 is important because, as I explained before, we have students from Trichy or Tamil Nadu. We need to know whether they have completed their class 10 and class 12 in either the state of Tamil Nadu or in Trichy or Tanjavur district. And that's the reason that we also insist that you upload the class 10 mark statements as well. In addition, for those who have taken JEE main, please upload your JEE main scorecard also as part of the admission application package. That way, we will ensure that there is no mistake across the board, be it whether it's your JEE main or class 12 marks. Oh, there's another question. Okay, multiple campus application. Yeah. So if you are applying for an engineering program in Kumbakonam and Tanjavur, yes, you have to apply to both the campuses separately. And in Kumbakonam, we offer only 2 engineering programs, computer science and ECE. So if you have to apply for computer science in Tanjavur and Kumbakonam, you will have to independently submit your application forms, and the process of admission remains the same whether it is Kumbakonam or Tanjavur campus. There is another question on why don't you start the admission now? Okay, so as I had explained earlier, there is this rolling admission for programs like BCom, BBA, BCA, BSc programs. And also the MBA program admissions are almost over. It is difficult to start the admissions for BTech now, given the fact that class 12 results for many boards are yet to come. So we have to necessarily wait for all students to be onboarded into the admission process before we release the rank list. And that is the reason that the engineering program admission happens at the later stage, while for all other programs, it's a rolling admission program. The BCom, BCA, all these programs, since it's based on class 12, we are mindful still that the CBSE results are not yet released. But a part of the admission will get over based on the state board results that have been released in the state of Tamil Nadu, while a substantial part will also wait for the CBSE results to be declared, considering the fact that outstate applications for these programs are not as huge as it is for the engineering programs. So it is for the engineering programs, since we receive applications from almost all part of the states, we have to necessarily wait for the results from all the school boards to be released. The next question is on withdrawal process. Okay, as I had said before, as much as the admission process will be transparently done, the withdrawal process will also be very transparently done. We will enable the withdrawal provisions once the admission process is over, and you will be asked to just submit your bank account, and your entire tuition fee will be that you have paid will be refunded to the bank account based on the norms that we have prescribed in the application form. The next question is on cutoff. Okay, so as I had mentioned before, to prescribe a cutoff for the engineering program is difficult in the case of Shastra, because stream 1 is a combination of JEE main and class 12 score. So there are some students who will do well in both. There are some students who might not do well in one, but exceedingly well in the other, so that you will get benefit of that as part of this weighted score. So it's very difficult to prescribe a cutoff in stream 1 when it is a combination of 2 scores. But I think I can venture out to say that if you have a +2 class 12 aggregate of, let's say, 85% plus, and a JEE percentile score of a little over 100, then you have a score of 100, then you have a good chance of getting into any of these programs. Or a percentile basis, 70 plus, 75 plus, you'll have a good chance of getting into the program of your choice. But when it comes to stream 2, which is exclusively based on class 12 marks, I think an aggregate of over 90% will put you in safe territory. Again, I cannot assure you of anything, but going by historical trends from the scores that we have been seeing, this is how the admissions have been panning out, whether it's JE plus or class 12, a good aggregate of 85 plus and a score, percentile score of the total, which could be above 70 plus. And in class 12, an aggregate of over 90, students generally get a feeling that they are within the safe territory. But my piece of advice to the candidates is given that there is an option for a minor specialization. So this is also another question that some of you have asked. Given that there is an option for a minor specialization, and given that there is a lot of opportunities that are coming up in emerging areas. So if I get, let's say, a BTech in mechanical engineering, I will be very happy to take that BTech mechanical engineering and do a minor specialization in AI and ML. Or if I get a BTech in computer science, to further enhance my career options, I can take a minor specialization in robotics and automation. So likewise, this minor specialization is a very good opportunity for students to take any engineering program and then specialize in certain set of courses that will give them a competitive edge over others. Because today, engineering education is getting multidisciplinary, as is the case at Shastra as well. So as much of multidisciplinarity is built in the engineering course design, it is enhancing your career options. So don't go by popularity of the course. Please go by the way in which the course has been designed and the flexibility that it offers for you to enhance your career options. Okay, another option that is given is, can we edit the application form once submitted? Okay, see, till the time that you submit your application form, you can do as many corrections as you want. Once you submit your application form, it is not possible for you to make any corrections. Only when we open the portal, as I said before, to confirm whether your marks, your aggregates are in order, that's the time that you will come to know whether your marks have been entered correctly. And if there is a lapse in that, we will give you an option to correct only at that point of time. The other data that you have entered, even if there is a mistake, you don't have to worry about that, because once you get admitted to the program, definitely there is going to be a full check of your document, and we will ensure that all other demographic data and all such data is corrected in case there are any mistakes when you entered into the application form. The next question is on law. Okay, so the question is, if I have not taken CLAT, again, the same as JEE main, even if you have not taken CLAT examination, the weightage that you will get will be only for your class 12 examination. Suppose you've got a 98% aggregate in class 12, that still enhances the possibilities of getting an admission into the law school, even if you have not taken CLAT examination by virtue of such a high score in class 12. So CLAT score is not mandatory, but it will only help you in enhancing the admission prospects into the law programs. And insofar as the law programs are concerned, these are 5-year integrated law programs, BA LLB, BCom LLB, and BBA LLB. And there is no Tamil Nadu, Trichy, Tanjore. So all the seats will be filled based on the all India basis insofar as the law programs are concerned. The other question that I have received is on, again, the MSc integrated programs. Okay, so the MSc programs are of two types. We have the regular 2-year MSc program and a 5-year integrated MSc program for which admissions are on a rolling basis. So just as we have the 5-year integrated MTech program, we have the 5-year integrated MSc program in physics, maths, in data sciences. So it will be based on the aggregate marks that you have scored in class 12. And in this integrated program, there is an exit option at the end of the 3rd year. So you graduate with a BSc program. And this exit option is available only for the 4-year integrated BSc B.Ed programs. just as 5-year integrated MSc, we have the 4-year integrated BSc, BA, and BCom BEd programs, where at the end of the 3rd year, you can graduate with a BSc or a BCom degree. And likewise, for the integrated 5-year program, you can graduate with a BSc degree at the end of the 3rd year. The 5-year integrated MTech programs, there is no exit option. This is biotechnology and medical nanotechnology, where you will be along with the BTech biotechnology students for the first 7 semesters, and for medical nanotechnology with the bioengineering students for the first 7 semesters. Then you will have a separate track for the remaining 1.5 years before you graduate with an integrated MTech in biotech or medical nanotechnology. Okay, the next question is on hostels. Okay, there is campus accommodation for both boys and girls. As we speak today, we have around 3,500 girls and around 5,000 boys staying in over 13 hostels situated on campus. But hostel, we give preference only to outstation students, students who are staying within a commutable radius of 70 kilometers, which are serviced by our own university buses. We will not be giving hostel for them, and hostel will be only for those students who come from far off places. And you don't have to pay for any hostel fee or anything now. Your hostel admission process will start only after your admission process is over. And for the first year, it will be a shared room. And then from your senior year onwards, you will have a different combination of single room, 2-in-1, 3-in-1, 4-in-1, common bath, bath attached, all of which will be allotted on a first come, first serve basis on an online basis as you enter into the senior years. This is insofar the hostel is concerned. The next question is on how many rounds of counseling. Okay, typically based on the historical admission process that we have been seeing in the last so many years, it is safe to assume that we will definitely be conducting at least 5 rounds of counseling. And usually the popular branches, I'm only saying popular, I'm not saying that they are necessarily the best, computer science, AI, these usually get over in the first round of counseling. But there are students who still get admitted, and by the time there are withdrawals, admitted students might also slide and then also might get computer science in the 2nd or 3rd round as they are part of the counseling process. And that is why, as I said before, if you have to be considered for the sliding process in the subsequent rounds, subsequent counseling sessions, it is advisable to get admitted into whatever program that you are allotted, given the fact that your withdrawal process is going to be very smooth. Even if you don't get admitted, your withdrawal is secure. It is better to get admitted to the program that you have been allotted to. Only then you will be eligible for sliding in the subsequent rounds. So let me take 2 last questions before I conclude. The tuition fees, is it annual or semester? Okay, so the tuition fees that you will be paying during the time of admissions is the first semester tuition fee, because at Shastra we have the practice of collecting tuition fees only on a semester basis. You don't have to pay the entire tuition fee, annual tuition fee upfront, considering that it's going to be financial burden for many families. So you just have to pay tuition fee on a semester basis. And scholarships, yes, there are scholarships that are available for students. We have our own Dean's List scholarship, which is merit-based, where we refund 20% of the tuition fees. There are other partners with whom we engage. They also give a merit cum means-based scholarship to many students who get admitted. And there are other scholarship schemes that promote internship and semester abroad program that I mentioned before. These will also reduce the financial burden for students visiting other places for the research internships, both in India and abroad. So there are a lot of scholarships that are available to the students. Okay, the last question is about examination. Okay, well, this is actually a question that we will get only after you get admitted, but nevertheless, we follow a semester system. So you will have an end semester examination. We follow the continuous internal evaluation system, which means that every student will be evaluated on a continuous process. So right from the time that you join and we definitely give you time to settle down. Then the assessment starts. There is a series of continuous internal examinations, quizzes, assignments, which will constitute 50% of your final grade, and your end semester examination will constitute the remaining 50%, and both put together will give your scores for one course. So each course carries a credit. So based on the number of credits, your absolute score is converted into a letter grade, and the letter grade for all the courses in a given semester gets converted into an SGPA, which is a semester grade point average, and the aggregate for all the semester grade point averages will be your CGPA. So if you get a CGPA of 7.5 and above without any history of arrears, then you graduate with a distinction. There is also this possibility of graduating with a BTech honors if you are able to take 4 additional courses beginning the 5th semester on a self-study basis, then also achieve the 7.5 CGPA without any history of arrears, then you'll also graduate with a BTech in honors, BTech with honors. And for law, all the 3 5-year integrated law programs or honors program, and that's how we have designed the curriculum framework for the law program. So with these few questions that I have received, let me conclude this orientation session. I was extremely happy to engage with thousands of parents and students who have participated in this process. Before I conclude, I only have an appeal to the parents. I understand that this period is very crucial. There is a lot of peer pressure. There is these anxiety levels that are always high. But we are of the firm belief that the admission process that rewards a student based on his or her merit is something that your ward will enjoy. So please allow your wards to enjoy the entire admission process so that they get a proud feeling that they were admitted into Shastra not because you knew somebody. They got admitted into Shastra because they deserve to be admitted, because they got very good scores and they participated in this admission process in a very transparent manner. So that's the best gift that you can give to your wards. The gift is the realization of the fact that they got admitted into Shastra on their own merit, because we strongly believe that our tagline, as you know, it's think merit, think transparency, think Shastra. It is in the same spirit that we request the parents to also allow your wards to enjoy and be rewarded because they have done well in securing an admission at Shastra. With these few words, I conclude this orientation session. Thank you for interest in Shastra, and continue to check our website for updates, submit your application forms on time, and definitely I will be seeing most of you on campus very soon. Good luck and best wishes to all of you.